with Pipes and Friday. Hey, Kevin, how's it going, man? It is so good to have you on Nonstop Rock Talk tonight.
It's about time. I was feeling lonely and left out. I mean, you're getting guys like Dave Ellison and all these other guys. Where do I fall in on there, man? No, I'm kidding. Thanks for having me on, brother. I appreciate it.
Oh, man, it's so good to have you. I mean, it's been long overdue because, I mean...
Well, yeah, I mean, we talk every day. We've been working on the book, and we've been doing all this stuff. And it's just sort of stuff like, life sort of gets in the way of doing other things. And now that we're locked down, I mean, I'm going to work, you're going to work. I mean, but still, now that we're sort of on lockdown, what a perfect time to do all this.
Yes, exactly. And I mean, you're my second interview today.
Oh, really? You've already done... Who did you do before?
I interviewed Nick Mader, the lead singer of the band Gotthard from Switzerland.
That is awesome. I'm really digging them. I'm so glad you turned me on to them. I'm really liking them. I'm starting to get into them little by little, but they're really good. Nice, tight band. They're really good.
Oh, so tight. And it was funny. I put a bug in his ear, and I was like, Nick, I don't know what's going on over here, but you guys, nobody knows who you are.
They don't know who they are. I mean, you were the first one to tell me, and I know that probably a billion people now, when they listen to this, are just going to turn around and go, Tyson, what do you mean? I love that band, blah, blah, blah. Well, had they ever played over here?
No, and he said he would love to come over here. He told me he's going to talk to his PR people. He goes, really? Nothing was said about our new album, nothing? I'm like, no. I was like,
no, well, if they did, I didn't know about it.
And they've been around over 25 years. This is their 13th album. It's
13 albums?
13 albums.
Holy shit. Okay. Wow.
They sell out the Zurich Arena, and they are huge in Europe, in Switzerland, and they do really well.
Wow.
Those are their biggest markets. But they're, I explained to him about the Tragically Hip. I said, you guys are kind of like the Tragically Hip in Canada. They were like our biggest band, but no one else in the world really knew who.
Yeah, and if you were in New York State or anything else like that, you knew who they were. But the farther south you went, they had no clue. They had no idea. So I mean, yeah, and I mean they were like typical Canadiana, and they were great. I shouldn't say typical. I love Gord's lyrics. I wasn't a big fan of the band, but I loved Gord's lyrics. I love them a lot, and they're again speak of Canadiana, and with whatever's going on in the world right now. God, I love being in Canada.
Yes. Exactly. So true.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, let's hope I'm going to keep spreading the word of those guys, of Gotthard.
Yes, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
That's fantastic. Yes, absolutely.
And
they are. They're really good.
The unfortunate part is there is tragedy in the band that the original lead singer, Steve Lee, passed away in a
that's horrible. How?
Tragic
accident.
In the United States, him and the bass player Mark Lynn were on a excursion on a bike trip, and I'm not sure the exact specifics, but I believe it was his bike and a transport truck in the transport.
Oh,
yeah,
that's awful. That's awful.
Devastating. I mean, that guy was. If you go back and watch on YouTube, if you watch the videos of this guy, man, he was a pinnacle frontman. He was so good.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awful. I mean, it's good that they were able to continue on.
Yeah, it took a long time for them to... I mean, Steve died in 2010, I believe, and Nick said it was an 8-month process of him actually getting the gig, and they tried 400 singers.
Wow. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure they had no shortage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right, so there you go. That's good. I mean, I'm glad to see that they were able to carry on. That's good. It's funny, if you think about, what bands were able to carry on and what kind of success that they had after their original lead singer, right? So, let's take Maiden, for example, and you have Paul Di'Anno, which, the first Maiden album was good. It was great. But then Dickinson was the one to bring that over the top, right? And I know I'm going to get crucified for this, but I love the Sammy era of Van Halen more than the Roth era. And I know I'm going to get crucified for it, and I'm sorry, but I just thought the songwriting was way more cohesive, and it was just more together at that point, right? With Dave, it was more like just this one big party band, which was great for what it was, but I think that the songwriting was so much better with Sammy.
I think if Dave had stayed, that he would have worn out his Welcome and Van Halen.
Yeah, and there's singers that do that. I mean, that do wear out their Welcome. like you've got Skid Row. You take that, for example, right? And they were great. And you and I went to see them in the summer. They were fine without Sebastian. Sebastian was great. He's a great singer. Like he's great. Mm-hmm. But if you can't get along, you can't get along, and that's part of it all, right?
I mean, yeah. And then the most unfortunate one of singers of a band replacing a singer is John Corabi in Motley Crue. And
yeah, I think personally that that Motley Crue album was their best Crue album. I think that was the best.
Right.
As far as I'm concerned, that was the best. Like, Corabi was an incredible singer. They just shouldn't have called it Motley Crue.
That's right. And
they should have just called it something else.
And for me, I love Ozzy as a solo artist, but don't necessarily love Ozzy and Black Sabbath.
I agree with you on that point, too. I'm a bigger Dio fan in Sabbath than I am with Ozzy.
Me too.
Right? Because
brought them to another level as well.
Yes, absolutely. The songwriting got better, as far as I'm concerned, with Dio in the band than it did with Ozzy. Did they do great stuff with Ozzy? Damn straight they did. Yes. But, which do I prefer? I prefer the Dio one better. And again, that's the best part about music, is because it's all subjective. If you love it, that's great. If you hate it, that's great too. It doesn't matter. Right?
The AC/DC scenario, though, is I can't choose. I love both singers.
Yeah, I love them both too. But, I like the Brian Johnson era better. And I like the Brian Johnson era better because For Those About to Rock is my favorite AC/DC song. So, right. So, I mean, that again, but then you go, okay, well, what about A Whole Lot of Rosie? Wow, okay. So you got to kind of mix them up. But if I had to take one or the other, it would definitely be For Those About to Rock.
But, I mean, let's be honest with AC/DC, though. AC/DC in the early years, pretty much every album, definitely the song structuring was all the same.
Yes.
Powerage is a fantastic album. I really like that one. And I think
it's a great record.
They took a step forward on that one. But get Mutt Lange on Highway to Hell. Really?
Well, this is it. I mean, and then we go to talk about, the production aspect, and how big of a role does a producer play in the band. So let's take a look at, say, for example, Bruce Fairbairn doing Permanent Vacation.
Right.
Right? I mean, would Aerosmith have had that hit album without Bruce Fairbairn? I don't know.
I think
probably not.
I mean,
right?
And Desmond Child. Don't forget Desmond Child's right.
Oh, well, I mean, but I think he was more in the songwriting than he was on the production aspect, though, right?
Well, that's true. But if you take Done with Mirrors, produced by Ted Appleman, that album's a piece of shit, is in my eyes.
It's horrible. It's horrible. Is there a good song there? Yeah, Let the Music Do the Talking, which was a Joe Perry song.
Yeah.
Right, and it was a Perry Project song. Yeah. So, was it good? Yeah, it was good because it got Aerosmith back together again.
That's right. But in terms of
and
a cohesive album, no.
It wasn't cohesive. It wasn't cohesive at all. So, let's look at what producers, let's look at the roles of what producers play in getting bands to sound great. Bob Rock with the Black Album. Seriously.
Oh,
right?
For sure.
Right. If you have Bob Rock, working pretty much on anything like Dr. Feelgood.
Right.
There's another one, right? Oh. So you look at the track records that these guys have as far as the production aspect goes, and they're huge. I mean, okay, so if you look at, say, Dark Side of the Moon, who produced that? That was, what's his face? Alan Parsons.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, Alan Parsons engineered that. I'm not sure who produced that. Hang on, just gotta grab the vinyl and find out. All right. So, I mean... Well, thank you, because I'm not, quite well versed in all my producers and stuff like that. But if you ask me what string they use, I know that.
Well produced in my 70s producers. Well, I mean, Jack Douglas for Aerosmith in the 70s.
Well, yeah.
Like Bob Ezra and,
of course,
and Eddie Kramer.
Yeah.
When it comes to an album like Dark Side of the Moon,
right.
I don't know. I love the album. I just don't know who.
The band actually produced this record, and it was engineered by Alan Parsons.
Alan Parsons. Wow.
Yeah, from the Alan Parsons Project. Yes. Well, I did know, right? I mean, I knew that Alan Parsons had something to do with this, but whatever. But then if you look at The Wall, who produced that? That was Bob Ezrin, right?
Ezrin, yeah.
Yeah. So he did that.
That's all right there.
Well, yeah, and then if you look at, like, what else did Ezra produce? He produced Destroyer, right? He was the one who said, "Oh, let's put piano on."
He also
on
produced The Elder.
The what?
He also produced The Elder.
Oh, no. Ooh, I don't know many people who like that record. Ooh.
Revenge. He did Revenge.
Yeah, okay. So let it slide there. But yeah, it's kind of hard to get out from The Elder.
At least Creatures of the Night after that.
Yeah. Well, thank God for that.
We better
because
really good songs after that.
Yeah, well, let's get Vinnie Vincent playing guitar on it, so this way, Ace can, doesn't have to do it.
And we'll get Vinnie to write some songs with us too.
Exactly, and then I think that Ace was probably his big Nova Hessex days at that point, right? So I don't know. I wonder in his height of his drug abuse and his Nova Hessex addiction. I wonder if he ever got cold.
Good question, man. I
don't know. It's one of those questions where you kind of go,
If you're Ace, if you're out there and you're listening, look us up on Facebook. Look me up on Facebook and answer that. Did you ever get sick during those days? Let's move away from those whole U.S. records and let's go through some Canadian albums that sort of were whatever. And I mean, let's look at some bands that were coming across there. And like I said, you have guys in, like, say, Loverboy, for example. Like, Paul Dean is a killer guitar player. Yes.
Like an absolutely killer player. Have you ever interviewed him?
No, I should reach out to him and get an interview with him because I'm a huge Loverboy fan. He was also he was also in Streetheart.
Was he really?
Yes, he was.
No way. With Kenny Shields, he was in Streetheart.
Yes, he was. At some point, he was in Streetheart.
Wow, that's pretty awesome. That's really awesome that he was actually in that band. And I mean, okay.
Streetheart.
Okay, so you've got...
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I mean, you've got, these guys that are, sort of interchangeable in bands. I didn't know that, right? I didn't know that he played in Streetheart.
I'm pretty positive he did play in Streetheart.
Well, that's pretty rockin'. I mean, that's what reminds me of Sean Kelly. Like, the guy plays for everybody, and he's killer in every band that he's in. So
Snyder's thing, I saw him at...
He was?
The D. Snyder Christmas, whatever it was. I went to see it, and Sean Kelly was in it.
And how was he? He was amazing, right?
He's amazing. He's always...
You know what I mean? He's one of those guys, like Sean Kelly is one of those guys, one of those guitar players that you could put him in Wham and he would make it sound good. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He's a
great player. He fits in with everybody. It's okay. So if you look at Coney Hatch, you got Coney Hatch making the resurgence with Sean playing. You've got Sean playing Lee Aaron. You've got him playing with everybody. But you have all
4 by Fate with Todd Howarth and John Regan and Rob Affuso.
No way!
Yeah,
really? I didn't know.
He was their original guitar player.
Wow, I wonder what happened there. Sean, if you're listening, dude, tell me what happened on that.
Yeah. We'd let you phone in, but we don't have a phone to use, so...
No, we're kind of tied up at the moment. Sorry about that. We're in the middle of a conversation. Yeah, but again, you have bands like the Dwarves, and Daryl has got to be one of the hardest hitting drummers I've ever had the privilege of playing with. That guy hits drums so hard and on time, it's unbelievable. For a guy who's so skinny, man, I have never heard a drummer hit that hard. Busby was hard too. So, I mean, but again, he just, wow. Great drummer. Absolutely great. Another one that, he's doing well. And I love to see the Dwarves with the resurgence that they're having on
Let's kind of dig into the Dwarves a little bit here because,
sure.
I mean, there's been 3 lineups technically.
Well, yeah. I mean, this is the best one. As far as I'm concerned, this is the best one. I mean, John Fenn's a great bass player, and Jerry's an amazing guitar player as well. So I mean, I think this is the best lineup so far. So I mean,
got you drunk?
Oh yeah. yeah, he did. Yeah, a dwarf got me drunk one night. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. I just tell that story. Yeah, a dwarf got me drunk that night. His name was Jerry.
Oh man, that's so funny.
Yeah, I mean, but like Jared's great. He's a great guitar player, and that whole band is really solid, as a rock. And then they were lucky enough to work with Andy Johns and all these that great producer and stuff like that. So I mean, and the stories out of that were amazing. So I mean, there's another Canadian band that was absolutely fantastic. And then if you really want to get to another band that I'm really really loving and whatever is Harum Scarum, right? Of course, we got to talk about Pete because I mean that guy plays like with everybody, like country and with Scarum, and he just blows me away. Like I swear to God, like every time I hear that guy, it's like, okay, so like that's new. Where did you come up with? Like, when do you find the time to do this stuff? And like, where do you find the time to get to be that amazing of a guitar player? Like I know there's like tons of practice involved because I do, and I do all that sort of stuff, but. Seriously, Pete, like the new record, for all the tracks I've heard off the new record, which was like, it's amazing. Like, it's absolutely amazing. It's one of those records you have to own because every chorus is huge, every song is great, and they're amazing, and I'm completely blown away by the new record. It's absolutely phenomenal.
Well, I mean, I have it. I have the vinyl, and.
Oh, you have the vinyl? You've got it already?
I got it. Yeah, I got it day of release. It came in.
Wow. Okay, well, I got to get that.
I loved the album before, which was Higher. I thought Higher was... I was like, there's no way they're going to top this. And remember when we...
Yeah, they just did.
Yeah,
they just did.
And you said... I said, well, I got it, and I've heard it, because I had the advanced copy of it. And you said, what do you think of it? And I was like, it's okay. I don't know if it's as good as the last one. It friggin' blows the last one away, which is because the last one was phenomenal. But every song on this album is amazing.
The best part about all these bands are still putting out records.
That's right.
That's what's amazing. And they're still putting out albums, and they're still playing them, and they're still going out and doing this stuff. And that's the best part of it all, is that they're still putting out records. And you know what?
Yeah.
Kudos to them. And you've got all these big bands, and you've got guys like Chad Valier who should be at that level and will be one day.
I think Chad
right?
will be for sure.
Yeah, absolutely he will. I've never met a more driven human in my life, but he's one of those guys that is going to be at that level one day. Yeah. And it's awesome, right?
He's amazing.
So
go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Well, I mean, we must make mention of one who does have a new album out, and I'm not sure about it because I haven't heard anything off of it, or it's coming out, is Sven Gale.
And God bless them, Dan. It's a shame things didn't work. I was going through a really nightmare of a time at that point in my life. Yep. And it's all in the book, and you'll need that in the book.
Yeah.
And
the book. Well,
we'll get there. We'll get there. Right? But I mean, it was a really, it was a really hard time in my life, and God bless them. And then I, knock yourselves out, guys. Enjoy it. I mean, if that's what you guys want to do, then by all means, knock yourself out, and that's all I'm going to say about that.
Oh, exactly. And I haven't heard anything off of it. I mean, the first album was phenomenal.
It was really good. It was a great record. But again, you have your whole life to write your first record, right?
That's right. And the second one was a disappointment, but it is what it is. It was such a confusing time, bands changing. Like, I talk about...
I mean, we went kind of the opposite route. We just got real heavy, right? Like, we just didn't...
Heavy, but you still knew it was Slik Toxik. You guys didn't go too far out into left field. It's just...
No, and we tried to be conscious. I don't know if we tried to be conscious of that, or we just wanted to be, just ourselves at that point. But I think that, the way the whole musical landscape changed, it basically fucked every band that was there. And we kind of went, you know what? We're kind of angry. We're going to write angry songs.
Middle finger to them.
Pretty much. I think that was the whole idea behind it, right?
You take a 20-something, for instance. The fucking riff is amazing. It's just...
Well, I was sitting on Neil's drum riser in the rehearsal room, and I just started doing that, because we'll tune down to D, and I figured that was the easiest thing, like CD, and just keep going and doing that, and just riding out on the D string, right, on low D. And that riff just sort of came out that way. It's kind of like a little bit of Ozzy in there, and it's kind of like whatever, but, it just fell out, and Buzz started playing drums to it, and then we just sort of wrote it from there, right?
There, man. The groove was so...
Yeah.
And, I mean, a song like Dive, I loved that one. And...
Yeah, and I mean, again, you know, it's one of those kind of things that just happened, and it just kind of worked. And we weren't trying to be anything other than us. Like, we weren't trying to follow a trend. We weren't trying to do all this stuff. Because I don't think we knew how to follow a trend, and I don't think we knew how to try something else, which is why, you know, like, there was, like, you know, we had Garth Richardson come in, we had Glenn Robinson come in, you know, to try to help us out, to try to write this. I mean, you know, thank God for EMI, you know, or Capital trying to help us out that way. I mean, but again, you know, we weren't trying to do anything different. And I mean, like, Glenn Robinson worked with Caius, and Garth Richardson, you know, worked with everybody and their mother. He's worked with, you know, Red Hot Chili Peppers and everything else like that. And they're both great dudes, but it just didn't feel like us.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you know, that's why the decision was, you know, like, you know, to say, you know, we can't do this anymore, and we need to go on our own, and we need to go and stick with what we knew, which was Paul Gross, and that was the best part about it.
Yeah, and it was so cool. And, I mean... Nick was so angry on that album. I want to fuck
Nick,
gun.
Nick, the story behind I Want a Gun, and like I said, I don't want to give too much away because it's all in the book anyway. It's all in the book anyway. I mean, Nick came down after we were pissed at management. He said, "I want a gun to blow my manager away," and I just started just doing like stupid stuff to it, right? And that's how that song came out, and we ended up putting it on the record. Which I didn't even really think it was going to make the album, but it did. So, I mean, you know, it was one of those kind of things that was really funny at the time. And you know, in hindsight, should we have put that song out? I don't know. It was pretty harsh, pretty hardcore, right? So I don't know if we should have put that out. But, you know, I'm glad we did.
Man, I mean, how old was I? I'm a few years younger than you, so.
Oh, stop me there. He's me. He's one of the old guys that's over here. Get off my lawn, goddammit.
I'm only like 4 or 5 years, so we're all good there. I remember being like 20. I was around 19, 20, maybe 21 when that album came out, and I remember having I didn't have in my car. I only had a tape player, but I had those Discman, but you could have the attachment that went.
You have the tape adapter that fits into the car. That's awesome.
I would play Irrelevant in my car in that thing.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
That's awesome.
And then
so cool.
And of course it would skip because there was...
Yeah, and of course it skips, and it's awful, and so that's great.
Or I'd make a mixtape off the CDs, right? With all these killers.
Well, yeah, I mean, a mixtape, I would spend hours making mixtapes, and I would spend hours, you know, doing all that kind of stuff, you know, with all the vinyl that I had at one point, which I'm starting to get back again. Val and I are, like, starting to collect vinyl now and again and stuff. Awesome. It was awesome.
It's so funny because, like, back then, it was like I wasn't into the grunge thing, and I didn't really grasp.
I didn't get it. Like, and I didn't like it, and I was angry at it. I mean, I get it now, but I mean, I didn't like it then. I was angry at it. It took the fun out of music.
It totally did. But for me, it was like I was going to HMV downtown to hunt out these bands that were still releasing music on smaller labels, all like the heavy metal hard rock bands. And to me, that was fun. And like some bands did hang on to a record deal, like Ugly Kid Joe did. You know, they were still releasing material, but and then you gravitated towards the thrash bands like Megadeth and Metallica, who kind of changed their sound in that time to be more to be more relevant, and they became mainstream, which I've said before. Yeah. And then you had a band like White Zombie that came out, and I fucking loved White Zombie.
I loved White Zombie too, but I didn't think they were grunge. I thought they were more metal than they were grunge.
Oh, exactly. And then like
they were more of a metal band, and you know what? I really dug it. Like Thunderkiss 65 is amazing.
Oh yeah, it's fucking killer. Exactly. It's like,
you know,
groovy, and just like it's heavy, but it's got a great groove, and the way Rob Zombie...
You know, it's like, let's ride the low E in rhythm, right? You know, that's really all it is, and it's awesome.
And that's kind of what it went to. And I think I was listening to Queensryche a bit. It was like Promised Land came out around that time. That was that was a different album. It was kind of weird.
It was a very different album. And that was the last one with DeGarmo on it too, wasn't it?
No, Here in the Now Frontier, I think was.
And that was the one after Promised Land, right?
The one after Promised Land, which was a decent album. He actually sang a song on that album.
God, that was a great band, wasn't it?
It was.
God, that whole band, with Tate, DeGarmo, and I think DeGarmo kept Tate in check with a lot of things, and I think DeGarmo was a huge, he was such a big part of that band, and there's like something missing in it now, right? And that's, when we went to see him, like I had to leave like 3 songs in. I was like, this isn't Queensryche, and it kind of blows.
And
I wasn't happy about it.
I got annihilated on Sleaze Rocks when I did that review and told people that Skid Row stole the show.
They did. And Skid Row was amazing.
Hey, there's no way Skid Row blew Queensryche off the stage.
They did. And I'm such a, like I said, I am such a huge Queensryche fan, up until Empire, which was Empire. Empire, for me, like everybody loved Empire. I was kind of iffy on it. After you put an album like Mindcrime out and then you come out with Empire, man, Mindcrime is pretty hard to fucking top. I'll tell you that.
Mindcrime.
Right? So
that's their, like, the wall. That's their...
it's like they're like, if you have to say best metal records of all time, that will be in the top 5.
And then Mindcrime 2 is their elder.
Yeah. I tried to listen to it once and I said, I couldn't even listen to it. This is awful.
Oh, I know it was.
So
how do you go?
It's awful.
Why did you...
why would you try to follow that up? Why would you try to do something like that? Why would you try to follow that album up with that, Mindcrime 2? Like, you know what? Leave it alone. Like, stop it. Don't touch it. It's good. Leave it.
Yeah. There was no point.
Don't come out with Mindcrime 2.
But I think most of the fans most Queensryche fans hopefully have forgotten about that album and just like, okay, there's 1 month.
No, they never will. No, they never will.
Part 2.
Let's hope, right? I mean, they'll never forget about it because, it's like, okay, everybody, do you get a right to put out a bad record? I guess you do, but, like, what are you thinking when you're doing it? Like, you got to be able to turn around and go, you know what, this sucks.
Yeah.
You can't. Like Kiss saying The Elder was a good record. Like, there's no way in hell Gene Simmons said this is a great album. No, Gene, it sucks.
Can you imagine playback in the room? Like, fuck, this is so good. People are gonna love this.
No, they're not. It's awful. Right? Like some people like the Elder. Like, do some people like the Elder? Like, I'd love to hear. Like, do some people like the Elder?
Yeah.
Like, if you do, then what else do you like? I'm curious.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Dungeons and Dragons is okay. Dungeons and Dragons is okay. I don't mind Dungeons and Dragons.
All right. Well, anyway.
All right.
No, man.
All right. We'll leave that for another episode. I'll call Dr. Phil and then we'll have a little chit chat about that.
Yeah. Yeah. In therapy. Well, I was talking to Tyson the other night and he was making fun of Dungeons and Dragons.
And Dr. Phil would say,
Dragons.
And then Dr. Phil would say, y'all know that there's a problem with that, right?
Oh my God. So let's go back to Canadian bands because we forgot a couple. We forgot Big House.
Big House was great. We toured with them, and they were fantastic. They're a good, solid, right-in-your-face rock and roll band. They were great. They're really good. KB, the guitar player, right?
Yeah.
KB Brock.
Yeah.
Yes. Great player. You know what? It wasn't like Mr. Flash. It wasn't anything else like that. But, come on. Like, Dollar on the Pocket. Like, killer riff. It's great. They were fantastic. Yeah, he could have. I don't know.
In his pocket is a question I'd like.
Well, they were on BMG, so probably not.
BMG. Like, hey, what about Von Groove? Do you remember them?
Oh, Matthew Gerard was the bass player in that band, wasn't he?
I can't remember. Wasn't the drummer the singer?
I don't remember, but I know that they were good.
Was it Mladen was the guitar player?
Yeah, Mladen Zane was a guitar player.
Yeah, he was wicked.
Yeah, and he was a great player. Like, they were good. Like, but the problem is when you have all these technicians in a band, that doesn't necessarily mean you to write a song.
No.
You're fantastic players, but that doesn't mean you write a song. Right? So, there was
a bad song. It got radio play. Once ain't enough.
Sure it was. It was great. It was a great song, but where are they? Like, what happened? Like, where did they go? Did they just get chewed up in the machine?
Europe. They did more albums in Europe, I believe.
Oh, did they really?
Of one of them, yeah.
Oh, awesome. And how was it?
We'll move on.
What was the name of the record?
I said we'll move on from that one.
Oh, all again. We're going to pull the diplomatic approach.
It wasn't memorable. I'll say that.
Well, that's my point, right? You can put all these technicians in a band, and it doesn't mean they're going to be good.
Yeah, it just maybe if I still have it. Maybe if I put it on again.
Yeah, but then you know exactly where you're going to end up with that. You're going to end up saying the exact same thing you did here, and we'll move on.
Yeah, exactly. So let's go to the Bon Jovi of Canadian rock, and I think my personal opinion is that Honeymoon Suite is the Bon Jovi of.
I would tend to agree with you on that. However, Gary is a great guitar player.
Amazing.
That whole band was really good. I mean, Johnny was fantastic, and everything else. I mean, and they were Q107 homegrown winners.
That's right. And right? I mean, those 3 albums are phenomenal. I love The Big Prize. And did you know that? Yeah, it's a great album. It's really good. Yeah, and you see, and there you go. And so, how much does it? That's got What Does It Take on it too, doesn't it? It's got what? Sorry, Desmond Child.
What Does It Take?
Oh, What Does It Take? Yeah.
And that was a great song, and you could tell totally that's a Bruce Fairbairn produced album. It's crystal clean and. Yeah, great album. Absolutely great album. Another band that we forgot to talk about is you have Kick-Axe.
Oh.
Vices was a great record, but Welcome to the Club was amazing.
And their version of Little Help from My Friends was wicked.
Welcome to the Club, that's great. They had Lee Aaron singing in there, and I'll just never forget that. Whoa, what do you see? I never forget that, watching her do that on the video every time that she does that. She has that vibrato at the beginning of that, What Do You See?
Dude.
It's amazing. It's so cool, and it's so great, right? But then you have Welcome to the Club, the song Welcome to the Club, it's fantastic. I absolutely love that band, right? Absolutely love it.
Did you know, I don't know if you know this, but they actually were on I believe the Transformers soundtrack as Spectre General, and they did the song Hunger, which was later done by King Cobra.
Inspector General?
Yes.
That's the name of the band. Inspector General.
No, not Inspector. Spectre General.
Spectre General.
General on the Transformers soundtrack. Because the band Lion, that featured Doug Aldrich, was on that soundtrack as well.
Wow. That's pretty darn cool.
Yeah.
George Creighton singing on that too?
Yep. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why didn't they just go with Kick-Axe?
It must have had to do with contract or money or something. Because Kick-Axe was a Spencer Proffer band. Spencer Proffer, the Quiet Riot.
Oh, yeah. He was Quiet Riot. Yeah.
And King Cobra was a Spencer Proffer band. And
were they?
Yes. Mick Swade had told me the whole story behind that. And
are they horror stories about Spencer Proffer?
No, not really. I mean, you've heard the horror stories about Spencer Proffer and Paso Records from Quiet Riot, but
no, actually, I haven't heard any of them, and I'm kind of afraid to hear them.
I've just heard there was no money made, especially for Quiet Riot, first number one heavy metal album, and they made no money because
and that was Mental Health was a Spencer Proffer album.
Yeah, Mental Health, and it was just a bad deal. Apparently, he benefited from whatever it was. I believe I've heard Frankie Bonelli years ago talking about it. I think it was in Behind the Music that they.
Wow.
Yeah. So
that's kind of something to look into. I think absolutely. That's really cool. Well, it's not cool, but I mean, it's something that it's definitely stories are made out of, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of a bizarre thing. I think because he owned Pasha Studios as well as Pasha was his label, and he was the producer.
Gotcha.
He was kind of the boss, and
right.
I mean,
that's kind of groovy.
I'd be interested to see that contract.
Yeah, I would be interested to see that too. I mean, I wonder if Frankie still has it.
Good question. I mean, I'm sure Kevin probably had it. I don't know.
That's kind of weird. Mm-hmm. Interesting. Oh, that's pretty awesome. Okay, cool.
I mean, that's one of those behind-the-scenes stories, right?
Yeah, it's totally one of those behind-the-scenes stories.
I sold my soul for rock and roll.
But the thing is Quiet Riot got to tour the world, right? And they got to open up for everybody and their mother. So, I mean, that's really cool, too, right?
I mean, everybody knows it for the most part. If you know anything about the music business, you don't, even if you sell 2 million copies, you really don't make a lot of money on your first.
No, and it's like, like if you ever watch it, want to see how it really works, watch the movie called Artifact with 30 Seconds to Mars and, Jared Leto and whatever. But, I mean, they go into great detail about their contract with EMI, and they go into great detail how the record label keeps them in perpetual debt.
Yeah.
Over and over again. So they never see a penny, and it just keeps rolling over. And they sold millions of records, and they didn't see any money from them either.
Yeah, that's so sad, eh?
And it's kind of wrong, right? So, I mean, what are you going to do?
Did you know Jared Leto made his acting debut in a Bangalore Choir video?
What?
Mm-hmm.
Bangalore Choir with David Reese.
Yes, I've interviewed David twice.
And I actually met him at the Metal Edge party at the Limelight in New York City, me and Nick, when we were down there. Yeah.
Wow.
I think there's a picture of all three of us.
He's
somewhere.
He's in isolation totally right now.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and that's, going back to all this, I'm lucky that, we got to do all this traveling and stuff like that. But right now, I mean, the world's terrifying. Like, it's, it is. It's pretty scary. Like, you go out and people are wearing masks and everything else. This is the only time you can get to wear a mask and not get arrested.
Yeah.
Like it's pretty terrifying and it's pretty scary. I mean, Val, she works in the hospital, so she goes in every day.
Val, for people that don't know, who's Val?
Well, we'll get to that, but I mean, let's talk to this, and then we'll get to that personal stuff in a minute. Val goes into work every day, and I'm terrified for her. She goes into and whatever, and she's got to get the whole wardrobe on and everything else. It's again, all these frontline workers. All you guys that are listening, thank you. Without you guys, we'd be dying in the streets. So I appreciate all the frontline workers, cops, fire department, ambulance, doctors, nurses. Thank you guys.
Yes.
So we'll get that out of the way.
Thank you for all that you do for us.
Absolutely. Okay, it needed, in this time and era, it needed to be said and it needed to be done. Okay, so now let's go into, I guess we'll go, we talked about music, so let's okay, we're still working on the book, everybody. Don't get all bent out of shape. Don't everybody get bent out of shape and everybody, where is it, Neil Busby? Where is it, Neil Busby? Where is it? Okay.
Hey, Neil.
Right, so.
It's coming, man, it's coming.
It's coming, right, exactly. Take a lewd, Buzz.
Hold on.
All right.
So I, as the interviewer, I'm going to be the interviewer, okay?
Okay.
Kevin, I understand that you're working on an autobiography. Can you tell me a little bit about that and how it's coming along?
I can't answer that like that. Everybody knows that you and I are working together on a book. I can't write a single word. So I actually have one of my best friends and I working together on this book because he knows how to write sentences and I can't speak properly.
You speak English.
Exactly. No habla español. No, but the book's coming. Life gets in the way. I mean, we've both of us have gone through, enough shit to feed, an army. And I'm not going to get into that, and I'm not going to get into, slagging anybody else like that. But, we've gone through a lot of crap. My life, however, at this point has done a complete 180. I was, just over a year ago or something like that, I moved into an apartment and life was good and I was enjoying life and everything was great. And all of a sudden I get a message saying, would you like to go for coffee? I understand that, you like to go for walks and you like to do whatever. Because I used to post a lot on Facebook and stuff like that. And I'll get to my whole thing on this. Huh?
Did you say you like to go for walks? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I do like going for walks, and I do like going. Yeah, I like going for walks and stuff like that. So I get a message and from absolutely stunning, beautiful woman, Val, and whatever, and she said, I said yes, I'd love to. She goes, okay, how's Thursday? And I'm like, okay. And I think it was like, Wednesday or whatever. And so it ended up being a rainy day, and we ended up meeting at the Coffee Culture in Woodstock, and we had coffee, and I basically told her my entire life story, which everybody, you will all read about, and you'll do whatever, and you can form your own opinions at that point, but, not leaving anything out and just saying, here it is, here's everything that's happened, here's everything that's gone on, and I basically done everything like that, and she didn't go on and screaming out of the room, so I guess that was really good.
Yeah.
And so ever since, we were like, there was like 3 hours we were there, and as we were walking out, and and this is going to sound like the most cheesiest fucking thing, and I can't believe it's coming out of my mouth, but it's going to come out of my mouth anyway. Like when we kissed goodnight, like it's like the world stopped, and I just knew right then and there that this was, something that took me completely by surprise and completely off guard. I wasn't looking for anybody. I wasn't really, hunting anybody down. I wasn't doing anything, like that. I mean, yes, I'd seen a couple people or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But, it wasn't anything too serious that I thought of at the time. And all of a sudden, this came along, and I'm completely blown away, and we've been inseparable ever since. We live together now. We're engaged. We're going to be getting married. We bought a house. I've got a fucking pool now. Yeah. And I mean, yes, you will be there, and you'll be there in the summer and do stuff like that. And, and it's absolutely amazing. Like it's like completely turned 180. For all the shit that we all go through, your life can change on a dime. And I will tell you and explain to everybody that your life can change on a dime, and it can change, and it gets better, and you will get better. And Val is, she's amazing and absolutely wonderful.
And I can. I agree.
Huh?
I can.
Yeah, she's
amazing.
Yeah, and she's awesome, and it's like I said, it's been absolutely amazing, and it's been life altering, and it's there's everybody has their share of ups and downs, of course they do, but it's been, for the most part, it's been amazing, and it's been absolutely fantastic, and I would never change it for the world. And even all the bullshit I had to go through to get to this point, I wouldn't change any of it. And because it may, I mean, all the bullshit that you go through ends up being something that you learn a lesson from, and you become the person that you are today because of it.
Right. Exactly.
Right? And I think that's super important. And Fran has moved on, and she's done really well. Chris is a great guy, and he's fantastic, and everything else. So that's the really good parts about it all. I mean, everything always gets better. And I'm not even going to get into Fran because it's not my business to do that. But I mean, whatever. So I'm just saying that everything changes and everything gets better.
Yeah, I think sometimes that you're put in situations. And as I get older, I start to see this. You're put in situations that maybe you're not supposed to be in as
a lesson.
A lesson.
Yeah. You know what? Your whole life is filled with nothing but lessons and nothing but, things in order for you to develop. And you'll keep repeating the same mistakes over and over again until you get it.
Yeah.
So let's take two times to get it. Right? Yeah. So, I mean, it is what it is, right? I mean, but like I said, that's everything that's gone on in my life for the last year and a bit, and it's been amazing. And I wouldn't change any of it for the world. It's been absolutely phenomenal,
and
absolutely phenomenal. And yes, Val, I love you, Val. So there you go.
And I can vouch for the fact because I was there in the low points, and I've been here for the good points.
Yeah, absolutely, and you've seen it all, and you've been there, and you've watched it all. Yep.
I was at your house for Christmas dinner, and I mean, you walk into a house and you feel like you're at home.
Yeah, you're at home, and that's exactly, and that's the way it wouldn't have it any other way. You come walking into my house, and you're going to feel like at home. It's like, oh, look, there's the fridge. There's beer in there, and we'll get it.
Yeah,
right. I mean, there's no. Yes, absolutely. But, absolutely. And it was really fun, and I had a lot of fun that night. I don't think I've ever laughed so hard in my life.
No, my phone keeps going off for some reason. It keeps coming up an England number. I don't know what the hell is going on here. Yeah, really strange.
Well, why don't you answer it?
He hung up. Well, I think I'll wait for him to call back. So,
all right.
I mean, we got through that, and that's good, and everybody knows what's going on with the book, and it's coming.
Yep, everybody knows what's going on with the book, so don't ask.
And life is good.
Don't ask anymore. We'll get it done when we get it done. It's still being written because there's still good things happening, and it needs to get in there. So don't ask. It'll get there.
I mean, I just got a pop-up on my phone, and it was Busby, and he just said, "When's the book coming?"
Did you really?
No, I'm joking, buddy.
Oh, all right.
I could see it happening. But I did have a question. Someone did come on and say, someone knew, because I posted that we were talking, and they said, can you ask Kevin if there is ever going to be a fucking Slik Toxik reunion?
The answer to that is not a fucking chance. Done. Next question.
Done. Next question. So that answers it.
Yep.
Yeah. So
yeah, no, look, okay, and I'll get into this, and I'm not, like I said, I'm not slagging on any of my former bandmates. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to get into that because you know what? I'm a 52-year-old man. I'm going to be 52-year-old, and I'm done with the drama, and I'm done with all the bullshit, and I'm done with anything else like that. The opportunities were there. The opportunities did lie there. Would I never say never? No, I'll never say never. But you know, the ship has kind of sailed. We're all getting to the point where we're too old to do it. So, I mean, if there was any interest in that, you know my number to call me if you're interested. And I'll think about it at that point. But right now, I'm really not gung ho to do much of fucking anything.
There you go, and that's the answer. Oh,
yeah.
So let's talk about your love for Judas Priest.
Oh, I absolutely I love Judas Priest. I think Priest is a great band, and I know where this is going.
Phone. Oh, hold on. The phone's coming through. Hold on a second here. Oh, yeah, it's England. Okay, I'm going to answer. I'm going to put this on a three-way. Okay, just give me a second. All right. I think we're good. All right. Oh, here he is. Are you there, Kevin?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, Reginald, are you there?
Oh, yes, hello, Tyson. It's a wonderful show, you. It's absolutely fantastic. It's hoping that I can get through the phone. And I just wasn't quite sure if I was able to.
Sorry, I missed you there a couple times. We're just in a conversation about Judas Priest, Reginald.
Oh, Judas Priest, absolutely dreadful. I could not believe it. My wife Margaret brought it up to you today. And she said, you really need to listen to this metal band, Judas Priest. And it's absolutely dreadful. And it's Rome Hope screaming like a banshee in the middle of the woods, going, I don't understand it.
So you don't like Judas Priest. Now, Reginald.
No. Well, you know, like, but back when I was reviewing bands back in the early 80s, Wham was a really good band. I really enjoyed them. Andrew Ridgely was probably one of the best guitar players I've ever heard in my life. He could probably outplay Jimmy Page.
So Reginald, for our listeners, can you give me a little bit about your background? Like, you seem to have quite a bit of knowledge about music.
Well, it's funny. I used to be for music lesson. It was only for a day, and I got thrown out of my middle of my ring, and I went down to the boat, and I had a few pints at that point. Really, I have no problem with audio music. I just know what I like.
And so I understand you used to write for Spin Magazine, and you reviewed albums? I understand that you reviewed Spinal Tap's Shark Sandwich, and the review
I did.
was shit sandwich.
I said it was a shit sandwich at that point, and then I had nice something come to me. He said, "This one doesn't go to 11," and he passed his sticky cigarette in my eye.
He stuck his cigarette in your eye?
Right in my eye. And that's why I wear a patch now, or a monocle.
So, oh my God. So Reginald, Kevin, Kevin.
I can't do this.
You can hear him? Who got this guy on this? Why don't you talk to my producer? Because this is...
I think I'm going to have to go now. We told you to hear that.
Holy...
Oh my God, he's gone.
Is he gone? Did he hang up?
Yeah, he's gone.
Oh my God. Don't get that guy on here again, man. Like, holy shit. had no idea. They're like, oh, Reginald from Spin Magazine formerly is going to come on the show and talk. And I was like, what? They just kind of threw
You're like, all right.
Hey, and anyways. Holy cow.
He was nuts. That's crazy. Oh, my God.
Shit, he's phony. Should I answer, or do you just want to cut him off?
Well, yeah, no, it's good. Just leave him alone. He's done now for the night.
I couldn't even.
You should do a whole show. You should do a whole show with that guy and just like hammer him.
Fuck that. That's not how. Holy cow. Guys,
well, that was just nuts. That was just nuts. That didn't really just happen in our interview.
Anyways.
Okay, so that's over with. Okay, so, moving on now, I guess. I'm still kind of like floored by that guy. Anyway, so moving on now. Like as I said, the book is coming, everything's coming. Will there be a Slik reunion? Probably not. Will there be a Punishment reunion? Never going to happen.
Yeah.
That's just the way things worked out on that point.
Right. And, going from there, are you doing music at all?
No, not really. I play every day, but I'm not really, I'm not really into it. Like, I'm not really doing whatever, Chad and I want to work with Chad. Mark has sent me a bunch of stuff, which has been great. I mean, and it's really good. And I sent him a bunch of stuff that I'm doing. Chad, I'm going to do, I probably will do something. It's just, I'm just really weary about doing it.
Man.
Yeah, and Chad's great. Mark's great to work with too. And so it's one of those things that I'll get there when I get there, and I'm really not pushing myself to do a whole lot. So I'm really good with that at this point. I'm really good at just when something comes out, great, I'll record it down and keep it.
We have those songs. We wrote that one song. You and I wrote it.
Yeah, absolutely. There's that stuff too, and that can get done. I just, like I said, I'm just not really in a rush to do something at this point.
That's cool. You don't need to be, right?
No, and I don't know really. I don't necessarily know if I want to do that really at this point. I might just keep them for myself.
Hold on a second. That fucking guy is ringing in again. Can you cut him off?
No. I don't want to talk to him right now.
No,
I don't want to talk to him.
Like the producer, what the hell's going on here? Why? Just cut him off. I don't want to talk to him again. Okay.
Okay, good.
Perfect.
All right. There you go.
It's gone.
Well, at this point, I don't know if I've got a whole bunch more left to talk about. I think we've had a great conversation on music, and I think we've had a great conversation on a whole bunch of stuff.
We did.
And it's been really good, and it was really necessary that we did do this podcast, because we've been talking about it forever, and we just never got done, so I'm glad we did it.
Well, you have to come on again, because, we had to...
Well, I think, we could make this a regular thing, if you wanted to make it a regular thing, I think we could do this regularly, and I think that'd be good. Once we do get, closer to the book release, I think we could do, a lot more of these, maybe, once a month or something like that, we could do that. I think it'd be great.
Yeah, and you more or less follow Dave Ellefson, so...
Huh?
You follow, I did, Dave Ellefson was last night. Well, I did Nick Mader today. You follow...
Well, yeah, Val was telling me, yeah.
It was Dave Ellefson, Nick Mader from Gotthard, and Kevin Gale.
That's, that Kevin Gale guy, I don't know if I'd actually had him on here for the show, but I guess.
All right, he's better than that Reginald guy that I just talked about. I don't know what the fuck was with that,
that was good. Hijacking the show is always fun, right? So, you never know. Reginald might just, hijack other shows.
Well,
right? You never know.
You don't know, but who the hell thinks that Andrew Ridley's the greatest guitar player on the planet? Next thing you know, he's going to be like the singer from Flock of Seagulls is the greatest singer ever. It's and do you remember Aha? That was the greatest singer ever. Take On Me. What a beautiful song.
I happen to like that song.
I do like it, but it kind of falls in that.
I get your point, though. Yeah, don't let it do whatever. Don't let it get you.
You know what? Band from that era I do really like is Tears for Fears.
Yes, they're a great band. Tears for Fears was a great band. Absolutely fantastic band.
Production on that is phenomenal.
Huge. Who produced that album?
I don't know. I have it. I'd have to pull it out. And it's a long walk. Can it? I can.
Yeah. No. Don't get up. Finish your beer. Then worry about it and get up later.
I already finished those two.
All right.
It's all good.
Well, I think that was fantastic, and I think it was great, and I think that we will do this. We will do this more often.
We'll do this, and
yes, we will.
Sure, that guy doesn't call again, though. We have to.
We'll make sure.
He's got my
number,
make sure. Though. Can you make sure that guy loses my number, please? I'm kind of irate about that. He kind of
settle down. Who cares?
All right. Okay, man. Well, it was great to talk to you.
It was great to talk to you as well.
Okay, man. You have a great night.
All right, dude.
I'll talk to you soon.
You too.
Okay, cheers.
You got it.
Okay.
Cheers.